welcome back to Beer Talk. Today it's myself, Anthony, and we have
Tisha.
You have Icy Jones.
Nice.
Welcome.
Thank you.
That's what we're going to talk about today.
There's a few things. Where do you want to start?
Well, social media. We've got like this story of Chris Brown and the little rape.
The alleged rape.
Perfect way of saying the alleged rape. What do you think on that story? To be honest, for me,
But go ahead. I'll say something in a bit, but say something.
Boy, I don't know. This one's kind of taken me. We all know how I feel about abusers.
Yes,
once it's been proven that they're an abuser, by the way. I'm not sure with Chris Brown. He's had so many things since the 2009 Rihanna beating that it's like, it's hard to kind of like, can he, it's, okay, my first thought, if I'm going to be genuinely honest, is kind of like, is anybody that stupid? Are you going to go through that knowing you're in the public eye and then keep doing these things? So for me, I'm rather skeptical because I'm like, well, no, this guy's got a whole career to think about. Like, it's not...
Actually, the way it's been said it to be.
Yeah, like, I'm not saying that he may not have done some of these things. I'm just saying that for me, it's like, there's too many that are coming out where it's like, I kind of feel like he just put a target on his back.
And
like someone's just that quick, we don't like
But
him.
then, like, would you say, because something that we've heard or people have been talking, that the fact that he's been arrested, we haven't seen any kind of like pictures of him being arrested or actually him being the photo, the mugshots that they'll normally do, or just why would you why? I'm thinking it sounds a bit dodgy to me personally.
What, are you not thinking that it's working out? So you're thinking more PR stunt type thing, or are you thinking?
I'm thinking it's not real. It's not real, as in like maybe I don't know. It could be a PR stunt, or it could even be. I know, but also
I don't know what is he trying to actually promote right now? Because what has Chris Brown?
I'm just it's not me. I'm saying personally. I'm just throwing something out there.
Yeah,
I hear that.
It's literally coming with the PR stuff. It's just for men, the allegation alone will end you. So you can't even afford to have the allegation thrown at you. And look, maybe
but many people have, like Jay-Z's had the allegation.
But Jay-Z has been done for beating up his ex-girlfriend publicly.
But he's been done for like hitting a woman.
And he got hit by a woman in the elevator too.
Anyway, he got beaten up in the elevator.
No.
That wasn't like, I had a conversation with someone today. I'm not going to go into it. How I get with the... But with Chris Brown, I just think that, okay, I get where you're coming from there. It could be a PR stunt. I don't really think it's a PR stunt. I think somebody was trying to make some money.
Yeah, they were.
What, the girl?
Listen, y'all, please don't, because we've had enough disclaimers this year from me, because apparently But I think it's more, I just think, basically, someone was trying to make some money. Like, I feel like you maybe, you went there with doing something in mind. Maybe afterwards, you maybe weren't satisfied. You may have maybe asked for some money. You may have not got said money. Some threats may have been made.
Like there's some stuff about she's a known escort kind of girl.
Yeah, I'm not judging her on that. I'm just kind of.
No, but I'm saying in the fact of the money side, maybe
it doesn't make sense to me. And I'm a Judge Judy type person, yo. If it don't make sense, it ain't true.
I hear that.
It's gotta make sense for me.
But where the pictures of him being arrested?
Yeah, this is the thing. I mean, no, I can understand. Listen, if I got arrested, I wouldn't want pictures. I don't want you having pictures.
But right now, like in the era that
can be let out
in the era that we're in, like someone always gets a picture. Like we spoke about last week about social media and how. You know what?
If he handed himself in, and he walked into the station himself voluntarily, they would arrest him in the station, in which case you wouldn't be able to get pictures.
Yeah,
so
true.
You never know. There could be that.
There's a lot of inconclusive things going on in the situation anyways.
The biggest thing for me was just that he said he's about to sue the lady that has accused him of it. So,
I'm on she look, man. I'm on she look, man.
But then she have evidence to sue the people.
No. I guess he just knows he didn't do it. And like it's the same as the whole Tupac thing, because when like when he was they said he raped a girl and he wasn't actually.
Yeah, it wasn't even him.
He wasn't even there.
It was one of his crew members.
But it's just
in another room.
Yeah, but it's just the fact that it's just the fact that it was his due
because he had the most amount of money.
Due to affiliation, that's what happens, isn't it? Yeah, of course.
Yeah, I do find it like it's so hard because females like these make it difficult for the women who actually do struggle.
Yeah.
I mean, like, if you're gonna go into it, if you want to link it, then the lady on Facebook.
Yes.
That was attacked on, I don't know if you saw that, the lady on
Facebook Live or something.
Yeah, she was attacked on Facebook Live. I don't like the word, but she was raped on allegedly raped on. I have to say allegedly because but she was allegedly
and the fact that he had an interview on a radio station or something or whatever,
that was
which is weird because
the guy had an interview on a radio station.
No, the guy he came out. He was like, I didn't do it. But
she had too much to drink.
It was a young lady who was out in a club
by herself on her birthday
to
make her partner just a bit jealous, probably. So that's
she went out by she did she went out by herself
and put it on Facebook Live, so you can see
it. She was on Facebook Live. She's
throughout the whole
thing. So you see her before she's. You know, like the guy, or with the guy or whatever. She's actually there. You can see her having conversations with other people. She's danced with another guy. He hasn't touched her in any appropriate, inappropriate way. She's having fun. There is a point in the video where you can actually see her holding her cup up, and there's a pill in it. You can see something fizzing. Now, when I think she's actually at that point.
And she told him as well that she was there by herself.
Yeah, I think she said to the man that she was there. I think she's supposed to know him beforehand, isn't she?
I'm not too sure actually.
I'm not sure. Okay, well,
maybe.
I don't know. But she said
I don't know the full story in regards to it. I've just seen bits.
Yeah, I saw the video.
Yeah. I know you said. You said in the group.
It was a hard video to watch.
He said in the group.
Jesus.
But he, you can see actually in the cup that there's
something fizzing inside there.
But like I was saying, I think she's at the point of intoxication. You know that way you may be out and you're a bit tipsy, so you're not actually looking in your cup. This is why I have bottles, thumbs, ladies,
over the thing, always been taught.
Right, so she's then drunk it, and it seems to have taken effect very quickly. This is the thing about it. This thing is still fizzing in the cup, but she's already. You can see her starting to slump,
and then she's talking a bit slower.
They reported it was ketamine that he's put in there. So I don't know. I've never tried any pills. I'm not taker or anything like that, so I wouldn't, I don't know how that affects you straight away, but you can see it.
Ketamine, isn't that like horse
tranquilizer?
So that's
horse tranquilizer.
Yeah, because obviously that's a big beast. So if you're gonna
let me just say she's strong for still standing.
No, but it's a dose, isn't it? It's not a dose. It's not the horse, like the amount of gets that horse, because that would, if it was that bang, as soon as it just touches their tongue,
how small it is. If it's be taking out a horse, I don't feel like I'm gonna be standing, but I'm all 5'2".
Lord have mercy.
So but you can choose. Obviously, and then but the worst thing about it is she's holding the phone and she's saying help me like
on the phone.
She's saying into the camera help me stop. She's not looking in because she's when something
she's slumped
and he's just behind her. That's just behind her.
So he's there doing his business and he's denying it on radio at the same like these things don't link up to me.
The one thing I commend is because we're in I do commend because we're in a society now where actually when something happens people pull out their phone and they film, but actually the people that were watching this, they called the authorities, they called people to say they got actually called. There was a couple of them that called police and said, look, something is going on Facebook that we're not quite sure of, we're not sure where it is, this is what's happening. And actually in looking at that, it made me research other things where there's actually been a lot of rapes on Facebook Live. If you go and look it up, there's been quite a few. It's actually really, really like disturbing.
But I don't get it. But who's filming?
No. They're not like filming the people being like kind of thingy. But there was a young girl. I think it was in Chicago, and she was about 15. She'd gone to the shop. She left out to go to the shop. She didn't come home that night. Her mum reported her missing, and it was.
Can you guys remember back in December in UK when a girl was in a club and she got drugged as well?
Oh yes, yes. Everyone just filming and saying, "Go on."
There was about 20 people,
but then like
surrounding, just filming.
I remember there's a picture I saw a couple of years ago, and like it's kind of a funny one. It had like the Titanic sinking, and literally it's like everyone's just there filming. And that's how we are right now.
That's the generation that we are now.
Everyone be filming. Everyone be filming like, oh my gosh, I need to catch this for everyone to see, rather than actually like help.
This is the reason I used the word I commended those people, because when you're in a society where people are just pulling out their phones,
and that's why I said, why is there no pictures of Chris Brown?
Yeah, but I'm like, so thank
pictures.
you.
There should be pictures.
There should be, because
let's wait for it.
You see, because he's a celebrity.
Yeah.
When you air Chris Brown got arrested, you know how many news will go to that police station to stand outside to get a
to see what's up.
But there's no pictures.
Yeah,
I don't know. I'm gonna be out here because I don't know how the French authorities move. They
might be different.
They may be,
a bit militant.
You know, listen, and it may not even just be the militant thing. They may just be able to, little money on the table. Listen, I'm genuinely listening. I'm a person speaking with a very clean CRB.
Take me on the ground.
Take me on the ground.
I'm not joking. Please tell I do not want to be arrested. Like, I don't want to be pictured at any point. You know what I mean? So, and on top of it, he is a brand. I mean, I would be annoyed if I was him just for all the accusations that keep coming at me alone. I'm not saying, like I said, I'm not saying he hasn't done anything. I'm just saying, if there were all these accusations coming at me, I'd be annoyed alone. So here what? And then on top of that, it's a rape accusation. Oh no, you know.
Here's 100 again. I don't want to be seen. No pictures, no nothing. Here's 100 again. Hold this shit.
I'm a Soulja boy. Hold it.
God damn it.
Soulja boy, that one. I'm a rape. No.
Do you know what? Let's go straight to that. Let's go straight to that.
Speaking of that,
let's go to that. So Soulja Boy is out here, Like, do you think, like, you know what? The fact that he was saying, he made the best comeback for 2018. If you watch the Breakfast Club interview, that's what he was saying. But if you think about 2018, there wasn't much that he did in regards to music-wise, but he did some stuff that people probably don't really follow.
2018, yeah? Okay, say no more. Say no more.
I can't remember anything he's done. I can't remember anything he's done. But like, then
he had the Breakfast Club interview, and then it was like, he's done. Oh yeah.
No, but like, the fact that he's done the phone thing, and I big him up for that because he's doing his thing and he's hustling his way. Computer game. Isn't it a phone or whatever?
No, it's like a PS. Like a Android PS.
I'll go with that then. Just like that. Wow, but just doing something.
But he's like, no, they can't see it.
They can't see it. He's doing something different. Yeah, his own little thing to it.
What did he do? Put A, B, and C on it instead of a shape?
No, you just
instead of the X, whatever.
You know what I'm saying?
No, but like, I still big him up for the hustle.
Yeah. I wouldn't knock a man for a hustle. I wouldn't knock a man that.
Like, on the real, forget 2018 because that's last year. We've moved on. He's got the best comeback for 2019.
He's got the best memes.
He's got the best everything. Because I wasn't a big fan, when he did the whole home invasion stuff and saying, have you seen that? And he did the whole, and the guy came in and I was like, pat, pat, pat.
All of that foolishness.
Which is why I did. I thought, look at this idiot. It's actually true. No, it's actually true. Like,
but was he telling a story then?
No, he was telling a story. But that's how he was telling the story. No, but that's how he was telling the story. He's like,
You like him because he was telling the story.
No. It's the way he was going
to the house, right?
Yeah, you go. There you go.
And the motherfucker came around
and I backed it,
and I see one guy in my toilet, right? So I went
No, you need to see it. Like, it's silly. So that's why I just thought, look at this idiot.
Oh my days!
Look at this, and so I didn't like him for that. Then, but this time when he came back and did his thing, it literally it's funny, and I big him up because like what he's doing, he's actually bringing his comeback.
Oh my!
And I'm not sure about his music because I've tried to listen to a lot of the other stuff, and everything sounds quite similar, very crank that.
Oh yeah,
all the same thing again, but.
I'm so sorry, but that was why I didn't know about all of his achievements. When he was sitting and he was going, actually, I made the way for all these social media people. I was like...
He did. No, he actually did.
Oh, yeah.
He did.
He did, and this is the worst thing about it. I don't know all of that because, brother, all I think of is you.
Yeah. That's...
I don't...
No, listen to how smart he was, This is how smart he was. I was hearing, yesterday, that he actually used, my time, downloading music, LimeWire.
Oh, we're going back, bro.
I'm gonna take you back.
Way back.
We went there. No, but we went there.
Wow.
Hey, but I'm going there. When you used to put your finger
in dialogue.
All that stuff. But so what he used to do anyway, he used to...
None at all.
No, they wouldn't do that. They'd be like, what's he talking about?
Dial-up phones used to dial up. You had to dial up.
Yeah, for the internet. He did,
And then the phone calls.
But wait for it.
Go on.
The smart thing he used to do, let's say someone's got a song out, a big artist like Ludacris or whatever song. He would upload his music on there and call it Ludacris. But back then, when you download it, you have to wait. You can't hear it before, so you wait for it. You think it's Ludacris. You press play. You hear you. You're thinking like, what is this? And you actually listen to it. Actually, it's all right.
Yeah.
And then everyone just liked it, and because it was him doing his own thing, he got so big and made so much money from it. Like, because his own independently.
Wasn't he the first one to come out with, like in regards to hip hop, having a dance?
Yeah. To go.
I'm sure he was one of the first.
One of.
No, I think that came after.
Wait, didn't he? Oh yeah. Okay, my bad. No, he just literally
Gunley.
Yeah. Is that?
Gunley. Okay.
Yeah, left, right.
There was a
But it's a very catchy dance. Like I see it. It's a very catchy dance.
I like the dance.
Huh?
What, the Soulja Boy dance or the Gunley dance?
The gunling dance. I think it's pretty cool. But moving on back to what we're talking about. I guess the gunling, like, what's his name? Probably Soulja Boy probably created it. With his.
I was just gonna say
he created everything. He's out there.
Hey, listen, he created me too. I'm just sitting there to claim me. Do you know what I mean? Like, daddy, and I don't mean R. Kelly.
No, but
my name's not Kelly.
Girl, you wanna come down?
I got home. I know daddy issues. So I'm hard. No, seriously, that's what I never got that bit. That was the bit that always got me. They were like, he's like, call me daddy. I'm
it's
like,
selective, isn't it?
No, I've had men do that though. I've had men actually say to me, yeah, call me daddy. I'm like, no, you got the wrong one. I ain't got daddy issues. I'm calm. I've got, my dad is cool.
It's
We've got a cool relationship. Go down the road, take a left. Sorry.
Yeah, go on. What are you gonna say? Back to
Soulja Boy.
Best comeback for 2019. He's doing his thing.
Been one other than Soulja Boy.
And like that meme's gonna last. I'm gonna be real one because like
you can use it for everything.
No, I hear that. But like if you think about last year and how memes are coming out, I'm gonna say rather than say it's gonna be the 2019 memes, it's a January. Like it's gonna hold in January. Something else gonna come out in February. Something will. It just does. It's just.
No, I'm saying I think he's going to hold off
for a long time.
He's going to hold it until about March, April. Because there is another artist that's going to come out. It was almost Meek Mill with his hate. He's like, his hate of lace wigs. That was
God.
And then Soulja Boy came in with the win with the drag. And it was like, that was everybody's grandmother. We all knew that. You've heard that from my mum's.
That sound, isn't it?
It was,
that sound.
That screeching.
No, it was funny. It was actually funny. What else can we talk about? What else has happened?
No, but that's what I was saying with that gunling thing. Did you see there's a lady, Jordan something?
With her son, the model.
I was like, okay.
She did it. I think I saw something like that. That was pretty.
There's some dancing.
No, everyone's on it. Yeah. It's catchy.
Yeah, it is actually.
He's doing his thing. There's a little remix, which I actually like with, what's his name, Lethal Bizzle.
I need to get up to the times with these things. I actually really need to go on YouTube or something, man. So it's basically going back to what the stabbings and then stuff there was going on.
Yeah, there's going to be like a show on, but called Knife Wars actually coming on to, I think it's actually this evening because we're doing it, today's Wednesday at 10:45. Huh? Knife Wars? No, it's more like a Ninja Warriors, So what they're doing was just what? Throwing knives.
I got stabbed.
Yeah.
By a pen.
Yes.
No, that's what.
Yes.
That is, man.
When you're saying about the knife one, so when you're saying, is it a show about an age?
There's a show, about happening, and like rather than it, because the kids that are coming out with knives and stuff, they're leaving their house with knives. So a lot of it was also to do like some things that are happening at home for them to feel like they need to have a knife to come outside because there's something missing.
Yeah, because
there's something missing.
From a lot of teams, I've just heard they don't feel protected.
They don't, not at all.
No. But then that's because like you're moving in a certain kind of, I feel like you don't have to be a certain way.
It's a circle. It's a circle, I believe. When you hang around in a circle and your circle is affiliated with certain things, and like I noticed that all the community centres, all the play centres, they're all gone.
Yeah, gone. Yeah.
So you're left with what do I do now? How can I entertain myself?
Yeah.
Come man, let's go and go jack a you.
But what's so funny? Like, it's so weird, like, because if let's say we see 4 black kids standing in the corner, literally just saying because there's nowhere else for them to go, and just standing there, there's already an image you're thinking, they're in a gang, or they're got a knife, and this might actually been there just chilling and just chilling like people do.
Would you say you feel differently if you saw 4 white boys standing on the corner? You wouldn't automatically feel gang then?
No, I'm not saying me myself. I'm saying
that's a whole stigma of like in general London. You know what I'm saying?
Like if there's a group,
it's not me. I don't feel that because I'm black.
Yeah, you know what I'm saying? Because you feel you already know yourself. You go through what you've gone through already. Plus,
but on that, something I saw in the papers. I'm not sure what paper it was, and they had a news of this black boy that must have kicked a police woman, whatever, and he got sent down for 3 years. And in the paper, they actually called him like a thug. They're like the thug that you know. And then when you flip it to the next page, they've got the story of the black boy
so the young boy that got kicked off his head,
and got stabbed.
Then portrayed as an innocent school young Caucasian boy.
Actually called it
Lads.
teen.
Oh, the one I saw said lads. It actually said
is
lads.
it lads?
It said young lads.
Young
killed.
lads.
And like, which one's the real thug? Like, and why is it put? Because it's something that Raheem Sterling said. It's something that everyone knows
this
as well.
is it.
And even I think what's that?
You brought awareness to that.
I'm not a Liverpool fan. I can't remember his name. John Barnes.
Yeah, he actually has to stand up and say something as well.
Yeah, he did.
About that.
He said a little something about it.
Black players and white players getting different. You know,
but then it's also the image of what's been shown, because how can they put the black boy there, they put a picture of him looking rough, looking not right, and they called him a thug. And then the white boy, the picture I'm hearing is even an older one rather than actually a recent picture.
I was just going to say,
pictures like
3 years old. No, it's 3. They said, I thought what I read said it was 3 years old. Yeah, and it's the boy. He's 18. He's 18 now.
So
and this is what I'm saying.
And he's older.
He's an
No,
adult.
he's 18, but the picture
He's
before.
older than the boy.
He's older than the boy they killed. Well, he stabbed.
What is that?
The boy
14.
stabbed was 14.
Do you know what? For me, they're missing a big point of this, because this young man is 18. He is considered an adult in the eyes of the law, so I don't want to hear teen. Sorry, I was trying to hold my angle with it. I was trying to hold my angle with it, but I'm not. I'm just gonna be me in it.
Release.
It pees me off. Like,
just to stop you, the page before that.
Fug.
It was a fug.
Oh, you see it there?
But someone who killed someone, that's why he's a teen.
That just doesn't. It's not fair when you think about it.
Yeah, we're a problem for being us. We're a problem for just being here. We're a problem for breathing.
Because which one's actually a thug in that story? Yes.
The one that chased down somebody in a Mercedes Benz and licked him off his moped and then got out and stabbed him 7 times in his back.
That's a mafia.
That is a thug. That's a killer. That's a murderer.
That's a mafia affiliated guy.
Then you're saying
he's a teen.
Trying to play it down.
That's a premeditated something. Now listen, the guy that kicked the police officer, I ain't defending him. I'm just saying
I wouldn't defend anybody that does that.
Yeah. If you're like, I don't know where I'm kicking. If I'm trying to stop myself, if I'm being restrained or something, and I don't know what's going on, he could have been having a fight or whatever. But listen, he's kicked her. Cool. 3 years. A kick doesn't warrant 3 years in jail. What have you done? You've just taken away his life now, because he comes out, he can't get a job anyway. And then he's going to become that thug that you labelled him in the beginning.
Exactly.
So why are you doing?
They're creating him. Yeah.
And not even that, you see, because teenagers these days glorify like gang and thug. He's happy. He's looking in the papers, probably thinking, that's right.
They got me wrong. But he hasn't turned the page. He doesn't turn the page to see that actually the young man who's done worse than you is actually being called
do you know what the funny thing is? That it's so weird, I actually think he might even turn the page and not even see it.
No,
actually not see it.
Yeah, no, I get that.
Okay.
Like, he didn't. No, I know when I'm saying turn the page, I don't necessarily mean that genuinely, like physically turn the page. Some of these young boys, they just don't. The page is not turning in their heads. I sat down with a group the other day, and we were just discussing, like just talking out, debating things or whatever. I was the only female there, like here, and I was just sitting down talking to them, and they were, what was it? They said something like, they were talking about something. I said, oh, did you see it? There was a post on Instagram. And they were like, oh no, what, that long off post? I was like, yeah. My friend goes, oh, they're not going to read that. It was too long, man. It's a post on Instagram. Look out, that's not even a page. Hold on. I was disgusted. I'm not even going to lie. When you're trying to hold your disgustion, I couldn't. I let them sit there. They were all like, oh yeah, man. You're like, oh yeah, man. Oh, sorry. Yeah, no, I'm not going to read that. I let them all sit there and kiki. When they finish kiki, when they finish kikiing, I said to them, there was actually a man out in the world, I'm not going to, a Caucasian man who actually said, if you want to hide something from a black male, put it in a book. I want you lot to know that in 2019, you're still kikiing at that stigmatization. You are still, you're portraying that. You are that stigma. Do you know what I mean? It was so hard for me, because I really wanted to put my boot in each and every one of their faces.
But then the thing is, what do you think is the problem? And why do you feel like
I'm not hearing a problem. You live in a country that gives you a free education. It doesn't
but I mean that the fact that it is a problem because it's happening, isn't it? So I mean that. So with that being the case, why do you think it's like black guys or black people that are actually the ones not liking to read?
The young black males with wanting to read.
But in saying that, I'm in a book club. Well, I wasn't in a book club.
No, but yeah, we said young.
Oh, so young black men. Let me tell you what. I'll tell you one
Soulja
tool.
Boy, tell him.
Sorry, I'm
Drake.
No, I didn't mean it like that.
No, you did.
I was not.
It's fine.
I did.
The shot hit me.
Because we were talking
It hit
about
me, it hit me.
because you're of, I'm not being funny, but you're of that the old
age,
side of the
this,
generation where you took your education seriously. You came from a background that told you your education was a serious thing. So actually, my problem now, I'm sitting down.
I'm gonna ask you a question in a second. I'm gonna ask you. No, I'll ask you. You see, when he was talking with these boys, and they were looking at the posts, what were they holding? What was the device that they were holding?
That was more interested.
The phone.
That has information.
Now, phones are reliant. Phones are reliant, regardless. You see, the younger generation. You see, when I was about 13, I got my first mobile phone. 13, so like around 13, 14, in secondary school. I didn't use it much because there's a fat green screen. It was called an M760 Motorola. All of that.
Yeah.
That was my first phone. Obviously, I couldn't do no social media. I couldn't film or nothing like that at all. You know what I'm saying? With the kids nowadays, they can film. Yo, there's ops out here, cuz there's ops out here, fam. Look at my new TMs. Look at my new this, my new. That's what I'm saying. It's what's in their mind right now is all devices and showing off and just stunting for the gram.
Instant. That's everything's all instant.
Instant gratification, as they say. So I'm saying these kids, it's all instant. So you telling them, yo, well, did you know this white? What? Yeah, but I know that. No, all of that.
See, this is the thing, I know I come across as small and mediocre. I actually had them sitting there looking shame. No, I gave it to them. I
can imagine.
You know the way
I believe that.
That's what I'm saying.
I was on tea that day. I was on tea. I went in because my whole thing was, hold on, you're not even going to sit around. I'm not even going to accept you being around me like that. In my company, you're going to have to leave if you're not going to even,
better yourself.
I have to say. Because right now, I'm not sending you, I care. And if I didn't care, I wouldn't say anything to you. But I care, so I'm going to talk. I'm going to sit here and I'm going to say what I have to say, and you're going to hear it. And they did. They heard.
So on the knife thing,
they didn't pick up a book here.
No, they heard what you said.
On the knife thing, like coming back to that.
Because it's easier for them to pick up a knife than it is to pick up a book, and I want to know what the problem is with that. I think you're absolutely right. What's the question?
What is the problem?
Why are you so happy, sir?
Shanker, man. They say, man's on the score sheet. Have you ever heard that saying from these youths? Man's on the score sheet. Have you heard of that?
No,
that's the things that these youths talk about.
Teach me.
Score sheet is like how many people you shanked.
Okay.
So if a youth said, man's on a score sheet, he shanked so many people or whatnot. What's your score, cuz? What's the score, cuz? Yeah. Call of Duty and Grand Theft Auto. Fortnite, all of that.
When you're killing people and stuff.
You would think to yourself, my kids ain't doing nothing. They're indoors just playing Fortnite and Grand Theft Auto and
no, that Fortnite thing is crazy.
Serious, yeah. I think
the tantrums that come from that when the parents try to remove them.
Listen.
China has a rehab.
One of my bedrooms. Let me tell you, one of my bedrooms.
No, it's not.
But I do think
it's
that. But I
addictive.
think
Yeah,
that's what. Look, I kind of get now what they were saying when they were saying that certain of the games are encouraging the behaviour because I've never played Fortnite personally.
One of my bedrooms, was playing Modern Warfare for the longest.
What's it about?
Modern Warfare.
Oh yeah.
My guy was playing Modern Warfare, my age, and then he said he got so into the game to the point when he was walking down the street, he ended up covering himself like this.
Wow.
Like this. Mad.
But for what though?
Just a knee-jerk reaction. Because like a bus must have went, he went,
what?
yo.
What, has he got the actual...
Yes, he's got the gun in his hand. Like, he's got the gun, imaginary gun. Like,
no, but I mean, at home, does he have the gun?
No, he's actually got the joystick, but the thing is, you're so into the game.
Yeah.
Virtual.
I just want to say,
he acted it out.
Hold on. You lot that are hooked on Fortnite, you're messed up if that's the kind of shit you're doing, yeah? Because I played Time Crisis and I'm fine.
Which one's that? Which one is that one?
Time Crisis was the one, it comes with the actual plastic gun as well, so really I should be the one walking down the street.
Exactly.
No, but I was one of the active players as well, so behind the sofa, I was tight. Hey, come on.
And you know you're Jamaican enough.
Yeah. I'm doing that now with the skirt on. I'm posting my thing. Yes, I was.
Oh my days.
Listen, I like to play the game, but we wasn't at that point where we were addicted. Where we were the kind of level, the age of like GoldenEye, you know, like Zelda.
Yes.
You should have been getting addicted to all of these things. Like, you're addicted to Modern Warfare.
But also, do you know what it is?
To the army, and you can take that out elsewhere.
Can you put it down to this then? The fact that, like you said, there's not much for them to do outside, so they're on the game more.
Yeah.
And the fact that the game's getting more realistic than what we had. Because GoldenEye for us, we knew it was a game.
Exactly.
We knew it was a game.
Yes, the graphics, boy. Man's got a big block like this, innit?
Yeah.
And the gun is gold. Why is your hand going through the wall, cuz? Why?
Right now.
Why are you half turning? You look like you're at a corner or something.
Are you still shooting? Are you still shooting?
That's what I'm saying.
You don't know.
So now that's getting more realistic.
Yeah.
Do you think that can also like affect you in a way that you're involved?
I'm gonna tell you something as well. So deep, but have you ever heard of a cartoon called Batman of the Future?
No. Batman of the Future? Oh,
the black one. And he's got the red back single. Yeah. It's like that cartoon tells the future because it actually had.
Literally, it's in the name.
Yeah, it's in the name, Batman of the Future. Literally, it's like it had kids addicted to virtual lives. You know,
have you seen that film? There's a film as well, a Steven Spielberg film, quite similar.
Yes.
Player One?
Yes, I haven't seen it, but I've seen the concept.
Oh, it's mad.
Boy, all these films are telling the prophecies to what's going to happen.
I can beat you before all of those films. The Simpsons told you straight out.
Oh, of course. Oh, yes.
They were like, and we were all like,
It's true.
Trump's going to be president.
Yeah, we were like,
Look at that.
Not even like the same.
Yeah, everything.
It was
Same pictures,
crazy.
everything.
It is actually crazy. And I didn't mean to.
No, it's cool. I think I forgot.
No, you were saying because of the because it's become more realistic. Do you
feel like it's more a thing that people actually getting into it and getting lost in the game, and like again going back to there's not much to do out on road.
Yeah.
So you're literally like, I'm gonna stay in, or I'm gonna go check my guy, go in and play a game.
Have you ever heard that saying? Life imitating art, art imitating life.
Yeah.
That's
what's going on.
I couldn't have said it like that. Okay. I was going to say it like that, but I was just going to say, but to be fair, if you look at the world now, we're actually bringing in we're in that era where they're bringing in virtual reality.
Of course.
Nobody wants to live in the reality anymore. The amount of time we spend on social media. So if it's not social media, it'll be something like Fortnite, Modern Warfare. If it's not that, you've got a virtual reality head screen on because you're going somewhere else. Nobody wants to talk to anybody. No one wants to touch anybody anymore.
I still like to talk.
I love to talk.
I do.
Well, thank you lot for bringing me.
No. You're welcome.
Thank you.
You're very welcome.
Talking as well. But yeah.
It is, I just find that I think that's the world we're living in, and maybe we're disconnecting in general. Maybe we're looking at things like this, we're pinpointing on like Fortnite and social media, but actually maybe we need to just look at ourselves in general. We're addicted to phones.
Yeah, we are.
I actually still enjoy the real feel of a book.
Of course.
I know that sounds real messed up, but I'm a reader. I like to read.
I love to
One of
read,
my things though is I crave a book. I tried to actually download, the Amazon Kindle on my phone. I tried it just to try and keep up with life because I was finding I wasn't getting through my books through the year. So I thought I'll download them, but it did not feel the same.
It wouldn't.
Touching that page felt
exactly. That felt real. It felt like an achievement each time.
Yeah, exactly. It felt beautiful. Like you just
next one, next bit.
Like you finish it, you feel the satisfaction of putting it down. Like you're not just in the same scroll thing. I don't want to scroll. I don't want to scroll to read my book. I want to turn the page, man.
Oh my days! Me talking about films earlier. Do you know there's a movie out with what's his name, Michael B. Jordan, and he's burning books. Burning all books.
Have you seen Book of Eli?
Not properly, but I know that was directed by.
That's about that as well.
Burning all the books that are in the world, and basically altering what history was, and how things were.
But that's happened. That's what we have now.
That's exactly that. This is no more paperbacks, no more hardbacks.
2.0.
Yeah, I want to see them try to get mine, boy. I'm like, yo, you got safety deposit box with money in it. I got books, yo. I'm out here, I'm living wild.
Exactly.
I'm out here reading. I got Harry Potter, the first edition on it.
Oh wow.
Oh my days.
No, listen, not play with my Harry Potter show. Harry Potter.
I think, isn't that like the Bible kind of size books?
What, the Harry Potter ones?
Yeah.
So I finished the Deathly Hallows. Yeah, I don't know if you're a Harry Potter fan, you know the Deathly Hallows is one of those Bible size books. Yeah, I finished that on an 8-hour flight to Barbados. I mean, start to finish. I opened that book up when I sat down on that flight.
There was not much to do. I
closed that page before. I closed the end of that book before. I don't know. There was a lot. There was a lot.
What, films and stuff.
That woman is amazing. If you haven't ever read
so
it,
what book is this? What book is this?
Don't go by the films. Harry Potter.
Oh yeah, no, never.
In general. Never, like if you are a reader, I think we all know that we don't go by the films.
I'm not into. I'm not into
the fantasy type.
Yeah, the only fantasy that's got me is yeah.
Game of Thrones is dope.
Yeah, it's coming back. It's coming back. I can't wait.
Hey, but I've been waiting for you. You made me wait a whole year.
I can't wait.
I was all trying to get
it's the final, but it's going to be quite like a hurtful one. Have you seen the trailer?
No, it's alright. I read the scripts.
It's nuts, and I'm never going to hurt myself.
Yeah, I'm addicted.
I'm never going to hurt myself in doing that.
I think you should now talk about just briefly about
cut this bit out.
No, I'm going to cut all this part.
Right.
About you see when I was posting in the group about the police. I'm going to add you in the group.
Yeah, that's fine. That's
calm.
No, you don't, because I genuinely am going to be like,
bro, you should see this.
No.
There's a list that says about police officers and their convictions.
All the crimes they commit. Some of them get away with stuff.
Listen,
police, and police. Me not like police.
They get away with rape.
Of course.
No,
kids fiddling.
With my friend Jaya, we were basically saying though, the one thing my dad always
going into it? All right, so let's talk about what's it called? Something that we've received in our WhatsApp group, and it's like the police, the list of police that actually like committed crimes, either in jail or been let off or been sacked or doing community service or...
It was a long list.
It was a very long list.
It went from this year back to where 20...
Huh?
It was over 200.
It was definitely over 200.
Yeah, but you know that it was split into years, yeah?
That's
it was split into years.
Yeah, it was.
2018 and 2017 and 20... Because it took me a minute to clock that it was all the black years.
So I was thinking, wow, a lot happens, yeah, criminals.
Listen, we're being policed by criminals.
By criminals, yeah.
But
yeah, I guess.
Yeah,
I guess.
It was disturbing. It was actually very disturbing.
There was, and it was like some not nice things in there, like kids.
There's things
like had 14-year-olds sexting, kids, rape, one ignoring like a 999 call.
Ended up being stabbed.
And another one stealing money. And stealing drugs, smoking.
700,000 pounds.
Inspector.
In drugs.
And imagine that.
I was selling.
Dude.
So exactly. but then would you then say, because like if a civilian did that, they'll be given, let's say, about maybe 10, maybe 20 years between that gap.
The other one got 3 years for kicking a police officer.
No, but
this one that has got 700 jobs in the house at the time.
Again, I'm saying, I'm not talking about him yet. I'm speaking about just
general,
not a police officer. It would be like 10, 20 years. Him like being a police officer, and the fact that they trusted him as a police officer, the fact that he went through the whole, they believe that he's better than someone else that probably would have been better in the job than him. How many years do you think he should get?
Being a police officer?
Yeah, because like he's broken real trust. There's trust of like, you're just you in it as a person. You're doing what you're doing as a person. You might have a criminal mind doing that, but you with picture as an officer, we know you're an officer. Because like when I was looking for the whole list, and I was thinking, this doesn't make sense, because it's fine if a normal person done this. Yes, you give them like the little 4 years of giving these guys or whatever. If you've taken this person, you've gone through your CRB checks, you've done all your checks, you've accepted them as a police officer. Why are you going to give them 4 years? You should give them a lot more. You've broken the big trust of you trying to work.
I was going to say, I believe they should have heavy penalties because
that's my point. That's my point. Yeah, that's my point. So it's like I don't get how they've been trialed and getting charges as normal people. Because like when they're standing there on the streets, right? And like he's not standing there as a normal person. He's like officer in there saying, talking to like you're beneath me, because he's got the badge, the hat, the whole thing. If they don't have that, the radio. So if the handcuffs, if you've got all of that stuff, and then you commit a crime, I think you should get a lot worse, like a lot worse.
Of course, because
at least 40 years. Because I'm being serious. I'm serious.
That's your whole trying to gamble on, like a footballer making a bet on the match that he's playing in. The penalties for that. So a police officer doing crime should get a heavy penalty.
Should get a heavy one.
Regardless. And it should get taken to life.
No, I said 40. I said 40. Yeah, the reason I said 40 because like, you know, like if you know in a job, if you've got a career and everything, it will be like about you can do about 40, 50 years there. And the fact that you've gone as want to be a police officer as your career, and you've messed it up in the biggest possible way, you should go do 40 years that you'd have done as a cop in jail. I feel like that's fair. I really do, because it's just not right to then try them as normal people, the trust that they're broken and everything else.
I was actually more with you. You know, when you said if a normal person had done it, you're seeing them get hefty.
Of course.
Which is about 20 years or so. That's what I'm saying.
And these people never took an oath. So why are the officers getting the same years for doing something that? And the thing is, as well, half of you lot are probably getting it from once you've arrested the same people that are getting the heavy sentences, aren't you? So why are you not getting a heavier sentence for retaking it and putting it back out on the street? That don't make no sense.
But that's that's just that. When I saw, they are.
They're criminals, no, they're proper criminals.
Because but someone can say, oh yeah, like that's just a selection of cops in regards to the tens of thousands of police that we have. So it's a very, very small percentage.
But you know,
so then like, no, I'm just again throwing that other side. So we're just not like all singing in the same book.
But you know, the police are a gang regardless.
Yes, of course.
Sorry, I was just gonna say, I was taught that from young that actually the biggest gang in the world is actually the police. So you know,
let's say what happens.
So they will protect their own regardless if they've got tearaways.
Yeah.
They always, and I found out that the police nowadays are no longer part of the government. They are now a private business.
Yeah.
Did you not know that?
No.
Yeah, they are now a private business. So they don't.
So they're not considered government workers anymore.
They're more revenue agents now. So they only deal with tickets. So if they don't make an arrest within around 60 days or something like that,
they
can lose their job. Or, you know what I'm saying? I've been stopped so many times to the point where I've had to like,
what's going on here?
I have to know my rights.
I've been profiled.
I do actually feel for you men in that aspect. I had that conversation with the young men the other day, and this is what I mean. We was having a conversation. I said to them, I can only imagine how hard it is for you guys. When I was younger, because I was such a tomboy, I actually used to think, nah, wish I was a boy, man. This is no one trying to be a girl. But actually, no. After seeing all of the things you guys have had to go through and face, listen, I'll take childbirth over and over again.
Lord have mercy.
No, do you know why? Because with childbirth, you get something beautiful at the end of it. You know what you're going through it for. Do you know what I mean? Like with this though, it seems like from a young age, you guys are literally like, you're beaten down, you're told no, you're like, you know, you're stifled from even being able to express emotion, and you're told you're less than something just for doing that alone. So to have to go through that, and then you end up going to school, and you know, then it's peer pressure, and it's these boys, and you know, if they're in this year group or this generation, then oh my god, you have to stab someone. Like, hold on, what's your score sheet? That's not my score sheet. Like, what is that? Hold on, like no.
That's brand new news.
That's pressure. That is pressure from beginning to no. That's pressure.
No, but I feel like that only works with certain people, because it's everything has to. I think we spoke about this the last time. I always go back to home, because it has to come from that, because something's not working for a kid to feel like I need to carry a knife, or to feel like I need to be protecting my friends, and rather than understanding family, and because that hasn't been built in. So that's what I'm trying to say is like do you know what actually? Like, I think that's actually the real issue, because we don't have that built-in family. I was watching them. There's a show actually on telly recently about the knife things. A Year of Murder.
Yeah, I tried
A Year of Murder. Yes. Actually, my mind just came to it. I was even thinking, and like one of the things. The guy that his kid got stabbed.
Kamari. I was actually on there, and I actually know the person as well. And
is it?
Yeah.
The dad, right? He's a G. Like he's a G.
Yeah.
And the thing he said,
I actually performed at that show.
Really?
He had a showcase in the park called Ramwood Park, and actually
look at that madness. Welcome, sir.
No, seriously.
Well, no, so
the parents, you know, they're
so the weirdest thing of it, like the first thing he said when he stood up there, and he just stopped, like, well, due to edit, I'm not sure that's the first thing he said, but how they played it out was he stood there and he was like, I have one thing to say, and it said, not word for word, don't take me for it, but his story was the fact that black men, like, we need to, like, fix up. The fathers need to come up and start standing up and doing their part. Because if they do their part, a kid shouldn't feel the need to feel like, I need to go out there with a knife. Because the man can be there to tell them, bro, that's not the way, or just as a role model, because they don't have that. So they're going out there finally, they have, oh, the olders. The olders, I'm not going to teach you nothing. Nothing but
the oldest were 3 years older than them.
Yeah.
Boy.
Yeah, 17, yeah. So like, man was 3 when he was born. It's not a big deal. Like,
I had a family member who was involved in something like this, young boy, and yeah, just as a background, we come from very strong females, yeah? So we come from a family that's predominantly females, but very, very strong females, yeah? But we do have males, yeah? And they're okay, they're not, type thing. And he had an issue where basically a group of boys had taken set on him. He didn't want to say anything about it because he was scared. And he felt like if he told his mom, she would go out there and want to handle it, like want to not handle it, come out and do, but you know, like want to go and deal with the situation. And he was then worried that those boys not being respectful would then harm his mother. So instead of him coming and telling us this is what's happened, he actually picked up a knife and went out himself. And it was only by luck. No, it was by luck. Somebody else
stopped him.
He went out and he made the threat. And this is, I mean, my point of the story was actually he made this threat, and we were very lucky that he made this threat to a particular young boy who had a father at home. Yeah, so the father was actually very thingy with it. He came to us straight away, said, listen, this is the threat that's been made. If we didn't know you like that, we would have dealt with it differently. But because we know you, I don't see, like, there's no reason for these two young boys, to be trying to go out with knives. I don't want my son leaving the house with a knife or not coming home, and I don't want your son leaving the house and not coming home. You know, we had to have that exchange. But yeah, I think that was one of the points when that guy said the dads need to be there. That was one of the things that hit me
to step up.
You don't have to like the mums, guys. You don't have to like the dads, but just don't stop them from seeing their children, and don't stop them from
and just see them. As a guy, anyway,
just make sure that just please, can you be there for your boys, because they need guidance. And it's not, listen, back in the day we would like punch each other in the face, or you would fight with your fists and you get up to be able to tell the story the next day whether you won or lost. At the moment we're losing you guys at a high rate, and it hurts my soul. Do you know what I mean? Please don't, men, step up. You don't have to do much. Come and talk to them. Be there.
Just simple. It's not even hard. It's not hard.
Very true.
But yeah, we got real on that one.
We did, didn't it? We touched.
But it's good. It's good. Yeah, it's been a good one. We did touch a lot, and I think on that we'll wrap it up. And it's been a good show, guys.
Thanks, guys.
Thank you, Nancy.
Pleasure.
Yeah, it's been a pleasure having you.
Yeah.
Deuces.
Yeah. Bye, guys.